Morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is our first cold day of the year, I think. Well, since our mild spring and summer. So the perfect day for me to go underneath the car on the driveway. And it's about 1 degree outside. There is ice on the floor. But yeah, so today's video hopefully will be a quick one. Well, it'll be quicker for you than it is for me. I'm going to replace a gasket on the exhaust because the exhaust is blowing. So I didn't realise it was blowing initially. I thought I had a turbo oil return gasket leak. I had some staining on the manifold. When I was putting up the junctions, I get a waft of engine smell, shall we say, into the cabin, making me stink and driving it probably a little bit unhealthy. So when I removed everything out of the way, replaced oil feed gasket, which I thought was dripping onto the manifold, and it may still have been a tiny amount because I have reused the gasket a fair few times. I started the car up and realised that the joint between the downpipe, which goes under the engine, and the front pipe was blowing like a $5 hooker. So I've got myself some gaskets over here. In fact, I bought a pack of 5 when I first got the exhaust. So I've got some of that, I've got some sealant to put on there, so I'm going to replace that, which will hopefully then stop the stench of exhaust gases coming into the car and hopefully solve that side of things and make quiet it down a little bit. It's not overly loud, I don't think, but yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to get under the car when it's freezing cold weather, because, you know, why not, and get that sorted. So come along with me, I'll take you out there, we'll get the car up and safe, and then we'll go underneath and have a quick look. To show you how cold it is out today, this is the car. Winter's finally hitting. So yeah, we're up on the ramps, we'll get the car jacked up, under tray off, which will give us access to the downpipe and front pipe joint. So I've got the under tray out. Let's get some tools together, some gaskets. Alright, what am I going to need? Places a tip as per. I should probably clear it up at some point. 13, a couple of extensions, we've got a small 13, another 13, another extension, spanner, trying to have everything under there that I need in one hit. Right, let's get underneath. So let's bring you in. I'm not sure how good the view's going to be. So right at the top there, actually there's a little bit of paper still stuck to the bolt, but right at the top there you can see I've replaced the turbo oil filled gasket. There's no fresh oil up there, so we can be pretty sure it's not that. But if you look there, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, it's completely blown the gasket out of that joint there. So that's where the blowing noise is coming from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these two 13s here, drop the old gasket out. I'm going to put some sealant on it this time. I put it on dry last time. I'm assuming I may have left it a little bit loose, or it has come loose slightly with use, and which has then caused the gasket to blow. Other than that, everything else is looking fine. Nice 3-inch downpipe there. Everything's looking clean up top. It looks like a slight bit of damp there, I'm not sure what that is. I'll have a look at that on the oil return hose, but that doesn't look like oil. So it might be just moisture or something that's dropped down. But yeah, let's get going. I'm not sure on this video what you're actually going to see. Looks a little damp around the sump. There's sealant there, so that might need to come off at some point to be resealed. But yeah, everything else is looking good. The car's running fine, other than the blowing noise, which is there. So I'll get that off,
fit a new gasket. Hopefully I'll be able to breathe in the car a little easier. Possibly do some spring washers in there to keep tension on everything. They're spinning, so they're not tight anymore. No, they're nipped, but they're not tight enough, so I'm assuming I either forgot to tighten them up very well, or they have come loose. After undoing them, I can see a gap between both flanges all the way through to the top, so I never know, maybe the flanges are slightly off. Hopefully some sealant in there will help. Then 8 bolts don't offer that much height on there really. With some 10s, M10 bolts. I think that might be a better option, but the holes aren't there for M10s. So I suppose if it ever comes out, we can drill them all out for bigger bolts. Let's see this gasket. Oh, yeah, not much of that left. Put some space in the shit hole. Oh, completely blown away there. It's been blown at the top as well, all the way around, you can see it. Probably some cheap gaskets as well, which aren't helping. I bet that's a lot thicker than that one. Oh, because it's blown all the internals out. So maybe I didn't do it up tight enough. Old gasket, new gasket. Could be just a shitty gasket. We'll give them another go. If it blows out again after doing everything right, yeah, we'll look at a different gasket type. So we're back underneath. I've got another gasket. I've actually completely smothered it in exhaust paste as well to help. I've found 2 spring washers, which I'm gonna put behind the bolts to hopefully help keep tension on there, and I'm gonna bolt it up pretty flipping hard. So let's get cracking. Not sure what you can and can't actually see down there. Let's get comfy. Let's give everything a quick spray clean. Hold your breath unless you want to get high. Suck it in. you can see as it sits, but then flanges, that one even looks slightly bent, which isn't helping, and it's wider on this side than it is on this side, so nothing lining up properly. I know this one moves a bit, even if I push that into alignment you can see how much out it is on the one side. I know it's got a flexi in it and it's on rubber so it can pull up a bit, but I think this is probably going to happen again because of that. What I'm going to do is just create some space. Right, okay, it's cleaned everything off. Having a look around, everything else looks alright. So that piece of paper down. There we go. Everything else is looking pucker. So I'm going to test fire it shortly. But yeah, that's that done. Hopefully it doesn't leak anymore. Hopefully I don't stink like fuel when I get out the car, and the car starts to smell nicer inside anyway. But if not, I'm gonna have to remove them flanges, check them for straightness. Everything's on its hangers and everything as it should be, so it should align nicely. If it doesn't, I may have to look at either refacing them, a different type of gasket, a thicker gasket maybe. I don't know, maybe a copper one, maybe a different sealant, I have no idea. But yeah, everything else is on its mounting points, which are fixed. The only flex is in the flexi itself and a little bit of the rubbers it hangs on. So it should effectively line up, but as we know with a lot of aftermarket parts, the quality control on things isn't amazing. In a perfect world, everything would align and you very rarely need an actual gasket, you know, to seal any mating faces. Maybe a thin smear of some sort of sealant as a gasket, but yeah, there is a difference there in alignment. Considering they're bought as a pair, I'm not sure why there is. Maybe someone's jig slightly off. I don't think the car's bent as enough to change that, but yeah. Right, we'll give it a test fire in a sec and see where we go. So yeah, all wrapped up, still early, still cold, but the gasket's fitted. Yeah, that's for me for today. Still ice on the roof. The next thing I've got left to do is, as a service item, is the auxiliary belt and tensioner. So I'll pop that in a separate video when I actually get around to it. Cold weather's coming in now, so good for performance and boost, bad for working outside on your driveway. If you could click like and subscribe, that'd be an excellent help. I hope you're enjoying the content. We're going to get back to some more performance based stuff soon, but yeah, until then, catch you next time.